Next up at UFC Vegas 79, we have Bryce Mitchell taking on Dan Ige in what is a pretty solid co-main event. Bryce Mitchell 15-1 overall. He's 4-1 in his last 5, and he is coming off that very first and only loss in his career to Ilia Topuria. He's taking on Dan Ige 17-6 overall, 2-3 in his last 5. He is riding a 2-fight win streak. What is that? An everything bagel with cream cheese. Yeah, I sure do. I sure do. Everybody had comments for me with that bagel. I ate that on the way to Nashville. I sent it to a couple other people.
You got to really watch your blood pressure in altitude. You know that?
Yeah, well, I'm fine.
Like your blood
clots. He's taking on Dan. Yeah, it's an everything bagel with heavy cream cheese. That woman understood the assignment.
We're talking about heavy. That's why was there a TikTok where the guy's like, what he's like, I'll take it every day with
a pound.
a pound. He's like, I'll make sure you understood me, a pound of cream cheese, and they fucking did it too.
This dude says he also lives in Prosper. Mass man, yes, I am in Prosper.
Oh, here we go.
And I go to that bagel spot. Yeah. East Lake. Oh, shut up, Daniel Covert, moron. Anyway. He's taking on Dan Ige. I should start this beginning all over again. He's taking on Dan Ige. Dan Ige is 17-6 overall, 2-3 in his last 5. He's riding that 2-fight win streak, just to recap. Bryce Mitchell, dominant wrestler, as we know. From Arkansas, one of the best wrestling states in this country. I do that sarcasm every time we break him down. Arkansas has, no real meaningful wrestling standouts as far as the country is concerned.
Tell that to downtown TJ Brown, motherfucker.
But Bryce Mitchell has managed to turn himself into a very good wrestler inside the cage. He averages about 3 takedowns per fight with an accuracy of 44%. So he is diving at legs to get that done. Well, the emphasis here is 3 takedowns per fight. We broke down Jacob Mulcoon earlier, 7 takedowns per fight. The difference is not, Jacob's a better wrestler than Bryce. That's not how you measure somebody's effectiveness in the grappling and wrestling department with the stats. The effectiveness is the fact that Bryce Mitchell's control time is through the roof. When he takes you down, you cannot get rid of him. You absolutely cannot get rid of him. He will have incredible scrambles. He will stick to you like I think it's 8th layer of skin, right? You have 7, so he's the 8th layer of skin, and he's impossible to shake. So the 3 takedowns is 1 per round. He's not a wild finisher. He does have very good jiu-jitsu, but he's not finishing people left and right. He is coming off of that loss to Ilia Topuria where he just got the absolute shit beat out of him. Just straight up, just beat to shit, bell to bell. He had 1 takedown in there. Everybody was like, oh my God. And then he just got absolutely thud-womped. He's taking on Dan Ige. Dan Ige is a fantastic kickboxer. He's got speed. He's got power. He's also got really good BJJ and underrated wrestling. His takedown defense is going to look low. It's 56%. But if you look at who he's fighting, the takedowns he's defended, it's actually much better than that 56%. He's done nothing but fight killers for the last 3-4 years. His most recent win was over Nate Landwehr, also a come forward wrestler. He defended four of those takedowns. And listen, I'll speed this up.
Whoa. Nate Landwehr's a come forward wrestler? Is that how you describe Nate Landwehr?
He's going to stay in your face like an absolute savage and then shoot takedowns. Yes. Oh, so Dan Ige just defended 4 takedowns from a non-wrestler who's just spamming takedowns. Get the fuck out of here. I do think Bryce Mitchell wins this fight. What I will say is Bryce Mitchell's striking absolutely sucks. If he can't get a takedown, he is screwed. He has nothing to offer. The only reason I am insanely low confidence in Bryce, I'm not betting on this fight at all, is because A, we know for a fact Dan Ige is a savage, he's tough, and he has fought some of the best people on the planet. The second time Bryce fought anybody in the rankings, he got the crap kicked out of him. The other problem with Bryce, and again, I'm picking Bryce to win because I think there's a nonstop wrestling and Dan Ige has wrestling holes. It's that simple. But Bryce Mitchell's got a couple of issues. First of all, he pulled out of his last fight with the red or the purple shit, whatever. Pulled out of his last fight with some random injury with Movsar Evloev.
That was just die for the animals. Go ahead.
After he pulled out of that fight, he was going on and on. I'm poor. I can't afford my life. I have no money. Like on and on about that. Then he put out a rap song to help cover those financial woes.
Great song, by the way.
Then just last week, he's like crying on camera because his ex-girlfriend
Crying?
Yeah,
All
his eyes
he's
are
saying
watering.
is, I have an ex-wife that cut
Girlfriend.
down my fruit trees,
Didn't
and
cut 'em
I'm
down.
worried
Killed-
if somebody's
killed
in
them.
Arkansas, she might come and kill my animals. She might kill my dogs. I'm worried if you guys are around Arkansas, the cops ain't gonna help me. She cut down my fruit trees. I'm worried about what she's going to do to my farm.
Exactly. Okay.
He wasn't
And
crying.
after dude, look at his eyes. That dude was crying. And then all these videos started surfacing of him like bashing through a glass window with other. Anyway, point being, dude's kind of a mess these last couple of months, and I don't trust a mess at 2-1 odds. But I do think he wins this fight, and I'm basing that off of what he has done already inside the cage. Jakey boy, what do you think?
Listen, I know that you don't understand the blue collar man, right?
The every
Because
man.
you grew up white collar. All your friends are just money. I mean, all your friends' parents made the stock market money in the 80s and 90s. None of your friends work white collar. So when problems arise in the white collar life, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem for the whole family.
Don't
It affects
do this
everything.
whole breakdown
It,
like that.
it affects everything in their lives. But I'll tell you right now, being from the heart and soul, the Midwest, right here, we got it right on the shirt. The Midwest chopping, the heart of the earth, Indiana, blue collar workers. Yeah, that they got shit going on in their personal lives. It doesn't affect their fucking work. I'll tell you right now, we had our garage being built on, and my dad, I'm telling you right now, my dad would have a case of beer for those guys afterwards, and they would sit and drink beers with my father till 2, 3 fucking in the morning. Probably had other issues going on at home, and they showed up at fucking 6 a.m. the next day every fucking day. Blue-collar people, they don't give a fuck about nothing. They're going to be at work. They're going to put in the work. They're going to put in their time, and Bryce Mitchell's going to come in, ignore all the nonsense, because that's what blue-collar people do, and he's going to come in, get the takedowns, the control, and he's going to win this fight. I do worry a little bit about Dan Ige, because he is a little bit of a pocket Ilya in that right. Doesn't have the same wrestling, but he's got some good power in his hands, as you already mentioned. And Bryce does get hit. He's shown he can take a shot against Ilya, but eventually that started wearing him down, and then Ilya was kind of tossing him around the octagon. But he did even take down Ilya. A lot of people forget that he took down Ilya in the end of that first round. He got Ilya down the ground. I have no doubt that he can get Dan Ige down to the ground, but he's going to be my play. I'm not like crazy confident. Because if he is going to win this fight, it should be dominant. And minus 200 might be the best value on this card, but he's not like a super dangerous guy on the ground. And
it'll be a decision for sure.
It could be weird things have happened. I like Dan Ige. 50K Dan Ige is kind of my dude, man. I picked him in a lot of fights. He's a very tough dude. Knows what he's doing on the ground, so he can stay safe, but he can get taken down. So,
and he just beat back-to-back dudes that were desperate to take him down. Beat them both. So we'll see.
I mean, no. I mean, it's absolutely...
Nate Landwehr was desperate.
He's not a wrestler.
He's a come forward. He's going to strike with you.
If he was desperate, he would have been shooting 15 fucking 20 takedowns. He shot 4 randomly just to change up because he was getting the shit beat out of him is what was happening.
Okay, so he was pressuring forward, shooting takedowns, getting absolutely
he was not
stuffed. Okay. Anyway, we're both on the Bryce Mitchell side. I'm like I literally wrote on my confidence level on premium insanely low. I'm less confident in Bryce Mitchell than anybody else that I picked on this card. Definitely. And it's because of it's because of the personal stuff, honestly.
I just think even as a fighter, he's still a little bit of a wild card. We still don't really know if he is competing at this level. And by the way, too, I said in my quick pick video that he's got sneaky power, and somebody's like, "Oh my God, sneaky power! He has,
it is an
he
absurd
has
thing to
no KOs or TKOs in his fucking career." He fucking sat down Barbosa. That's what I'm talking about, people. Against a very dangerous striker, he sat him down. He knocked him down. So he's got fucking sneaky power. Relax. I understand he's not knocking people out. That's what sneaky power is. He's got no KOs, but he dropped the guy. Get it fucking straight.
Yeah, dweeb. $8,800 in DraftKings. If Bryce wins and it's a Bryce fight, that will be well worth the score, because $5 for a takedown, control times, and that's all this dude will do. 5 points for a takedown. It'll be mostly control time, because I mentioned he's only averaging 3 takedowns per fight because his control is so good, but that control time will rack up. So he could potentially be worth it at that $8,800. Danny Gay, only way he's worth that 74 is if you think he wins, because he's not going to wrestle. It's just going to be, whatever strikes he's able to land. And if he's getting taken down, it's not going to be many. Interesting fight. I'm just going to watch this one and enjoy it. But if you want to see any bets that we may have, I do think I have. I'll have to check. I don't know if I have a round prop on this. But if I did, you would see it at premium. WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member at the top. $2 super chat from Ray Torres Jr. Jacob, this guy. This is worth $10 a month. Thank you very much, Ray.
I appreciate that, big dog. Appreciate that, big dog.
Then $2 from All Point 5 TV, white collar. Is that laughing? Angry laughing? Cracking up laughing emoji?
That's that white collar stuff again.
I grew up in Connecticut. Connecticut's bougie. I mean, I'm not going to argue that.
Blue collar, blue collar, blue collar. All my friends' parents were contractors or plumbers or electricians, or pretty much all of them. Blue collar, blue collar.
Congratulations. Was your dad a manual laborer?
I was around it. Okay. I grew up in the country, Trafalgar, Indiana. Should have been a cowboy. Should have learned to rope and ride.
Very extra. We have one left. We're 2 hours and 12 minutes into an 11 fight mediocre card. It's dragging.
Your fault.
Let's go.